and my wife live in West Newton at 10 Alden Place. We've lived here for close to 15 years, and our children are growing up in Newton Public Schools. My wife is covering bath time and bedtime so I can be here. We share the goals of effective planning for higher densities and affordable housing, especially near public transportation. However, the current zoning proposals are incomplete and ineffective. It's clear they do not effectively capture and achieve community or local business needs, input, or realities. Furthermore, it is also clear from input in these sessions that many of those supporting the current zoning proposals are not considering the full scope of what is necessary to effectively achieve the goals many of us share. I'm a member of Green Newton, and I do not support the proposal as currently structured. Just to speak to one example tonight of several that exist, we must think and plan about education and the impact on capacity for our schools and how that affects the quality of life for our neighborhood. We also need to think about traffic, but I'll speak tonight about education. This has not been done. Instead, we've been told many different ways that it's not the time for it. Representing that we should be doing zoning updates without thinking about these things is faulty and inaccurate. It kicks things down the road and is deeply damaging for our community. Maybe good politics, but it's very cynical and it needs to be dealt with now. Many people that I know share these perspectives. You don't hear from us much. It's because we're busy getting our kids to bed on a school night. Based on data from TRIO, 28 Austin, and Avalon, with the amount of units that we're talking about, we need to be planning for a 20 to 40% increase in capacity for Newton school enrollment. That is something that we can push to later, given the time and requirements of planning and budgeting that we're all experiencing in Newton for education today. My request for our representatives: consider the necessary infrastructure updates. Second, VC2 and VC3 zoning should not be by right. It should be done through a density bonusing structure that developers earn by providing benefits to the community. We should not give it away. If we do, that is a failure of our city government's representation of the community. Do not make zoning updates more than the units that are required. And finally, please be complete and accurate in your thinking. To use a metaphor here, this zoning update is a ship that's had a lot of good work done on it, but it has holes below the waterline, the way it is currently structured. If you launch it, it will fail. You will not achieve the goals that we all share. It needs change. Please listen to the input from the community that you claim to collect and want, because we do not see that happen. We see a lot of collection, but we see very little action on the input from the community about what is needed for change. Thanks.